Elucidate is to analyze and explain. Elucidate, he elucidated his theory of relativity. Emanate, to come from. A bad odor emanated from the hole in the ground. Emanate, good. Eminence, fame, importance. His eminence, sometimes preeminence. His eminence in the field was absolute, meaning no one came close to his skill. Eminent, famous, outstanding, same. An emissary is a person who was sent, who has been sent from one place to another. Kind of like a messenger, but more important. To emit is similar to emanate. No, the whole emitted an odor which emanated from the whole. Emit, to send out. Empathy, and the verb to empathize. The word is overused probably, but if I feel empathy with you, okay, you hurt your arm or something, you're badly hurt, and I say I empathize with you, I feel empathy for you, it literally means I feel the same thing as you, which of course we both know is a lie. If I sympathize with you, that's enough. I feel with you, but I don't feel what you feel. Empirical means having to do with experience. It's really only important in philosophy. Empirical, the British are traditionally empiricists. Empirical means having to do with experience or judging truth from experience. An employee is a person who is employed by an employer. His employees loved him because his employees were elated when he gave them a big raise. Enamored. Notice, to be enamored of something. Possible good question there, an SSAT or SAT. To be enamored of something or someone is to be in love with. It's usually not used very strongly. He's enamored of, what should we say, of Daybeck Plaza. I don't know. To enclose is to confine. The property is enclosed inside a fence. Enclosure is the fence around the property. To encumber is to burden. Good word. He was encumbered by his equipment. The photographer was encumbered by his equipment when he tried to run after the star. Weighed down, burdened. Weighed down, burdened. Often used unencumbered. I am unencumbered by responsibilities on a day like today. Not burdened. Engrossed means absorbed. He was engrossed in his reading. Absorbed, meaning he was concentrating so hard that he didn't know what was happening around him. An enigma is a puzzle. His behavior is an enigma. Adjective, enigmatic. Enlighten is to inform someone. He enlightened me about the truth. He informed me. Ennui, French word, boredom. Strictly speaking, it's stronger than boredom, and that's why we have the word boredom and ennui in English. Ennui for the French can be almost philosophical. Boredom, no. Ennui is a fundamental unrest, agitation. Thoreau says, almost a cliche, we live our lives in quiet desperation. That's ennui. Quiet desperation. We try to be accustomed to things, but at bottom we are desperate. Notice, desperate. Enormous, huge, big, an enormous fire. Enthrall is basically similar to captivate, but the idea is that the performance by the opera singer enthralled the audience. just captivated, made delighted. Enthusiastic, I think you know, to be enthusiastic about something is to be excitedly interested in. To entice is to lure, to persuade someone to, usually to come to oneself by offering something. He enticed the cat into the room by offering the cat some food or something. To entreat is to beg. Entreat is a good word. Entreat, beseech, implore. Good threesome. Enumerate is to count off. He enumerated his blessings yesterday on Thanksgiving, or 2 days ago or something. Same as to number. Envy, I think you know, one of the 7 deadly sins. I'll talk about that sometime. It's a great subject, a brilliant subject. Envy, noun, verb. As a noun, of course, it's the sin. As a verb, I envy. I'll tell you a trick. I envy him his ability. Double accusative, we would call it. Double direct object. It's not really the case. I think him is the indirect object. It has to be. But in another language, they would both be accusative. The idea is, this is a tricky use of envy. Now, I envy you, period. Okay, normal. I wish I were as good as you. I wish I were as rich as you. I wish I had your ability. Notice this wish, kajang pup, this wish subjunctive. Very important. But I envy you your wisdom or something. Double object there. Good, should be a question on your tests. Epical. Must be from epic. It's an adjective of epic, but usually epic is used as an adjective even, like epic poem. Epical means of or worthy of an epic. An epic is a long poem about a serious matter, usually national glory, like the Iliad. Epidemic, a disease usually, which spreads in a wide area. Epilogue, a kind of commentary or conclusion that follows at the end, right? Should. Epilogue follows at the end, kind of, I may be confused there. Oh my God. We'll come back. Equanimity, balance. He heard the news with equanimity. That is, he did not get upset. He remained calm, balanced. See yesterday, composure. Equilibrium, balance. What's the difference? Equanimity is a psychological, emotional state. Animus, our state of being, kind of. Equilibrium is simply balance. The word is used in physics, I think. That is, things balanced by gravity or something. Equanimity is the more important word, but equilibrium also. Equipment, the stuff one uses to perform one's duties. The photographer and his equipment from before. Equitable, fair, an equitable solution, an equitable decision, fair to both sides. To equivocate, good word. To equivocate is basically to lie. He equivocated about his when the reporter asked him if he wanted to run for office, he equivocated. It means stand on the fence. Kind of both. Voc, speak, voice. It kind of means to lie, though, not tell the truth. To erect, adjective, erect, standing up straight. To erect, to build. They erected a monument for him. Built, standing up. Erode, eat away. There are differences between erode, corrode, erosion. Soil erodes, that is S-O-I-L. Lots of rain, the soil is eaten away. That's erode. But you can, maybe in Korean society, a number of crises and misfortunes. Because of the number of crises and misfortunes, the popularity of your leader is perhaps eroding. VT, these misfortunes erode popular support of him. Erroneous, having to do with error. An erroneous remark made yesterday. Wrong. Error. Erudite, wonderful word. Learned, having great knowledge. Erudition, learning. That's a noun. He has great learning. He showed off his learning, his erudition. Read a lot and retained a lot. Notice, some people read a lot but don't retain a lot. Frankly, most readers of novels, I find, such reading can be what I would call, what should we say, missing a word here. Drug, like drug, God, I can't think of the word. Anyway, some reading, I think, is purely, has the same function as drugs, that is, to make the time pass. So, why did I say that? I don't know. Beware novels, lots of novels. Read more nonfiction. If you're really serious about the English language, if you read mainly to build English language, read history. That's best, I think. Balance it with newspaper reading. Erupt. The volcano erupted, exploded. He erupted. The room erupted in laughter, exploded. Estimate. To guess the value of. Now, it's from the word esteem, and esteem is respect. But estimate, or the noun, an estimate, tends to mean a guess at the probable value of something. Estranged, cut off from, like alienated. He was estranged from his family, or estranged from his fellow employees, because, that is, he was isolated, alienated. Etymology is the study of the roots or derivation of words, usually from Latin, Greek, French, German, in English. Eulogy is a speech in praise of someone, usually at a funeral. Some wits say that eulogies are full of lies, and it's probably true. Euphemism, important word, mentioned it yesterday, I think. A euphemism is a pleasant word used in place of an unpleasant word. Of course, there are euphemisms about our toilet habits, but also about death, about all things unpleasant. One euphemism that Americans love to use, he passed away. Pass away is a euphemism for died. He died. But people feel a little bit reluctant to say he died, and therefore they use he passed away. That's a euphemism. Euphony is harmony of sound. Euphonious adjective, not very used. Good word. Euphoria, much more important. Euphoria is a sense of well-being, that is, that usually it's almost joy, it's almost elation, but it's an illusory sense of well-being, that is, I feel like everything is just fine in my life, close to complacency of yesterday, a feeling of euphoria. I have this feeling of euphoria, that is, all is well and everything is fine with me. Probably an illusion. It's at times like this, people say, when a truck is coming right at us, but we don't see it. That's euphoria, maybe.